I'm Alicia.
I'm Jared.
I'm Finley.
This is Logan.
Emilou.
And this is Trout. And Fairy. 2023 was a huge year for us. Logan arrived just before it started. We were all in a huge transitional phase of life, figuring out how Logan fit into our world, as well as a new family dynamic. It was a magical time filled with so many memories, joy, and exhaustion. Those early days raising little humans, they go by so fast and slow at the same time. I wish there was a way to stop the clocks and just relish in these early days for a bit longer. Last spring, I took the plunge and created Coddiwomple. I'd been a huge YouTube fan for some time, and I dreamt of doing it myself one day. I want to remember these days and have something to share with Finley and Logan in the future. It's been a much bigger challenge than I anticipated. I'm in love with learning again. I'm passionate about life and growth. And I can't wait to see how far we get in 2024. So the first video that we made turned out to be nothing like what I expected it to be. It was cold, it was windy,
Misty.
water was just
Typical
everywhere, it was
Newfoundland
misting, and I had a brand new camera which I was terrified to ruin. Didn't exactly turn out like we expected. We ended up going to look for an iceberg after. What do you love most about Newfoundland?
The calmness of the towns. I mean, we live in the biggest city in Newfoundland, and it's probably the smallest city that any of you non-Newfoundlanders have ever seen in your life. People are nice, the cuisine is delicious. It's just so different than your modern city. It's very unique, and it's home, born and raised. And the scenery, the ocean. Always gotta be by the ocean.
There's so much. The traditional music to puffins and whales and wildlife and nature. I grew up in Ontario and it's just so overpopulated around the GTA there. It was so hard to find off-grid space or to find the time or amount of hours you had to drive to get away from it all. It just wasn't possible. Where here I live in the city and in 10 minutes I can be in the middle of the woods by myself, just enjoying my thoughts. It's amazing here. St. Vincent's. Oh, this was a really good trip. It was just a day one that I did with the kids and myself. Jared was so upset that he missed out. We had limited time and days off. The whales aren't out every day. I had gotten some hints that there had been a lot of activity, so I grabbed the kids after soccer and we went. And I'm so glad we did. I guess it's to do with the Cape linen and their feeding. There's generally a few weeks to a month where they are the most active, so if you get the chance, make the drive. It's about an hour out of town, and it was such a magical day. I had never seen whales that close before. I can't say enough about how great it was. The one with beaches, right?
Beaches. I like the one that with the seagulls.
Cape Creoles. That was fun, huh?
And
Do you remember the iceberg and the moose? When we were camping in Cape Creoles on the beach, Jared said he saw a moose just over in the tree line, just kind of to the side.
Good few hundred yards away, I just seen what looked like the hedge up over the tree line.
Yeah, and I didn't see it at all.
She didn't believe me.
I didn't believe you. And then
she got me that she's seen whales before that. I got excited, but she lied.
oh, I did.
Still not happy about that.
10 minutes passed by, and all of a sudden I was looking out into the water, and I saw, and I was like, no way. And then I said it to you. It was the moose. He was swimming across, like, he was far out deep in the ocean. He was swimming across the kind of little bay or cove that we were in.
It was cove, yeah. It was definitely a good 2 to 3 kilometer swim. They did from one side to the other. It was pretty big. And he did it no problem.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then he came up on the other end of the beach, like really far away, and saw him come out. And I filmed that little bit, but I don't have the right type of lens to get that shot. Cape Friels was a really cool spot, and I wish we could do that again. But I think the trip I just genuinely enjoyed the most. We were all in great spirits, and it was just overall a really good time, was our trip on the Avalon the second night. First night too, when I was alone with the kids. That was a great bonding experience and a challenge for myself to see if I could do it. The second night, when we took that long trail through Shoal Bay, I wasn't sure if we were gonna make it or if we'd have damage by the time we got there or what it would look like when we got there. So the fact that it was just so much harder to get there and there was more of a challenge to overcome maybe made the destination that much better. And it felt so good once we got there and got set up and cooked a meal and got to explore. It was so beautiful there. What was the biggest challenge you faced this season?
I'd say the biggest challenge I had, trying to balance being a father, being a good partner, trying to get all the wood, trying to teach, patience with the kids, dogs. It's all very challenging. I don't know if one's greater than the other, but it's challenging. It's fun, but challenging.
I'd have to say just doing it all, the whole process. From filming, driving, cooking, taking care of young kids, trying to keep our sanity and spark in our relationship. It's been quite the experience, and to be honest, it was really tough at first. It's completely been worth it. I've noticed so much growth in myself. I've had to learn so many things to make these videos happen, and I'm really glad that I put in the time, and I'm excited to learn more.
I really enjoyed the trip we did just recently, just there at Coddiwomple where we cooked steaks. We had the lights strung up. That one was really fun. Sizzle for me. You always lay away. The one pack of pepper.
Not my fault at all.
gotta reduce losing sometimes. Yeah, but it's tasty. Yeah. Delicious. Only had salt and pepper. We didn't go camping, we had to get out of the house, so we just went up the woods and we cooked that Guinness stew. Be free, animals. That was a really good feast. And in the summer when we went to what we call our sunburn beach out in Terranova, I did my version of like a cod stew, savory stew. That was also very good.
What was really hard about any of the trips that we did?
The mosquitoes.
The mosquitoes? Yeah, the bugs weren't very good, were they? Where would you like to overland most? There's so many places. Obviously, I'd like to go all around the world. If we're talking about Newfoundland, I really haven't had enough time out west. When Finley and I moved here, we had 2 weeks in Gross Mourne, and what a time it was. But we barely scratched the surface in places to explore there. So yeah, I really need to head out to the West Coast, and we hope to take you there this summer. It should be an amazing trip. What is one thing that overlanding has taught you? There's so many things I've learned from overlanding. A big part of it would just be to enjoy the journey. The destination is not always the important part, it's how you get there and the enjoyment getting there. And especially in this fast-paced world, we're always so busy and want to get going and anxious about wasting time. It's so important just to take a step back, breathe, and enjoy every part of it. So yeah, I think that's the biggest lesson it has taught me, just to slow down, but also to not be afraid to take risks, take chances. That's how you find some of the best spots. What goals do you have for 2024?
Put a lot of work into disciplining myself when it comes to my diet, exercising, patience with the children, the animals. This lady right here that drives me crazy. Just make subtle changes to better everyday life for me and my family, because nothing changes, nothing changes. In the words of Theo Von.
I have recently got back into yoga, and I am really trying to pursue that passion. It has helped me overall in my day-to-day, not just on the mat but off the mat, to get back to mindfulness, being present, be there when you are there, and be bored sometimes. There's just so much we do on these devices. We're so overstimulated that we don't know how to just be anymore. We already are an outside family and we enjoy being outdoors. Sometimes filming these videos, we were pushed a bit more to go out and do that trail or go camping. I'm so happy that that has been a part of our year.
We have to go to the West Coast. That's on the bucket list for the next season. Big valleys, lots of trails. The weather I think all. I have been there almost 20 years. The last one I was there was 18 for a skateboarding trip.
We hope you enjoyed watching this season as much as we liked creating it. We are so grateful for each and every one of you that's tuned in and shared your precious time with us. We reached 100 subscribers this year. Thank you so much. Our goal for 2024 is to reach 1,000. Happy New Year!
From ours to yours. Derp.
We are
Newfie Coddiwomple. Derp.
If you want more, subscribe to more videos.
Bare necessities.